everyone. Today I thought I would try something a little bit different and actually give you a tutorial where you get to hear my voice rather than popping text up on the screen. This might be a little bit easier for you to follow. So this is the first one for me, a little bit nerve-wracking, needless to say, but hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. So moving along, today we're going to make an accordion style book. This is a really easy book to make. Couple of little things that you might need, and we'll go through that. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. You can decorate it however you want to decorate it, and there's various styles of doing this as well. So we will proceed with those as time goes on, but yeah, today we're just going to make this one really easy and really simple to do. So firstly, there's going to be a few things that you are going to need. So I would recommend a self-healing cutting mat. You're going to need a box cutter or a Stanley knife, whatever you call it, a ruler, some glue, a pencil, potentially some scissors as well, and a decorative piece of paper. This is going to be for your cover. A long piece of paper. This is probably a little bit over an A3 size. We're not going to use all of this as far as height goes, but we will definitely use the length of it. So I'll show you how to trim that down as we go along. And you are going to need a couple of pieces of chipboard for your cover as well. This is basically just the back of an old sketch pad that I've found. You can buy it properly from art and craft stores, but if you want to be economical about everything, then just pinching it from the back of a sketchbook is going to work just fine. So firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to get this card or this paper, and we are going to fold it so you've got your accordion shape. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put these ends together. I neglected to mention in our list of tools or things that we would need a bone folder. It's not necessary. If you really like book binding like I do, then you will want one of these, but it's not necessarily. Just pressing down hard with your finger will do the trick. So once you've folded it in half, open it back out. Then we're going to fold one side back into the center here. Let's fold that down. Let's make that nice and crisp. Then fold the other side, just the same, into the center. Fold that down. I'm sorry, you can probably hear my dog clattering about in the background there. So as long as he doesn't bark, then we're all good. Anyway, so we've got these in the middle now, and just fold that back out. So just fold that back into the center there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip that over, and we're going to fold this bit into the center as well, but we're only going to fold this section of it. So basically we'll fold this in like so. Just make that nice and crisp. And then the same on the other side as well. Easy. Now we're going to take this bit and we're going to fold that into the middle as well. other side. I'm probably not being as particular as I normally would, but for the sake of tutorial and just showing you how it gets done, I'll probably be a little bit rough around the edges. So as you can see now, we've got like an accordion style going on here. Just take this, fold it back the other way, and I'll just stop my dog from barking. So now we have our accordion fold. What you're going to need to do now is you'll need to trim this down, because obviously this is going to be too long for a book. So I have already prepared one, which is here. Okay, so a little bit of a small one. If you want to make something a little bit bigger, and obviously the length of your paper isn't going to accommodate that, you can subsequently tape your pieces of paper together if you want a bit more of a rougher art journal-y kind of look to it. You know, you could use some decorative washi tape in there just to attach the ends together, but that's a different sort of tutorial, and I will show you one of those a different day. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to making our covers for the little book that we're making today. So you want your card to be a little bit bigger than the size of your pages that are going inside. So you can see that there's a couple of millimeters overhang, just so your book is, or your pages are tucked in nicely on the inside. So we're going to do this. We're going to get these, and we're going to get our decorative paper, and I will show you what to do now. So for the sake of this little part of the tutorial, I've zoomed in a little bit so you can get a better look and we don't see so much empty space around. There they are. So obviously you're going to want to do all of your marking on the opposite side of this, so sort of gauge where you would roughly like your print to look on the other side. Pop that down. I like to mark my covers as well, so I know which one's going to be the front and which one's going to be the back. So this will be the front, this will be the back cover. And basically what I'm going to do is, this is just a guide as to where I'm going to put my glue. Now you want your papers to overhang your cover a little bit, because you want to tuck in those edges, and then we're going to stick this over the top of that to hide any ugly bits that might be on the other side here. So I am just going to roughly chop down these parts here and glue them. So I might just speed up that process for you for the sake of it. You don't need to see the whole thing, but you'll get a general idea of what you're supposed to do. So now we're going to glue down our covers to the paper. I'm just going to get a scrap piece of paper. Shouldn't make too much difference at the moment. So just pop your glue down. I've got a plant-based glue here that I found in a cheapy shop. So we're just going to fill in this space here with some glue. It doesn't matter if you go over the edge, because you are going to glue that down anyway. So just going to stick that down. I just like to use my bone folder to make sure that it's going to stick down properly. There's no bubbles or yucky bits on the other side there. So I'm just going to pop that aside to dry. I'm going to do the same with the back piece as well. And then what we're going to do once we've glued this bit down is we're going to fold these side bits over and tuck those in so our covers are completely covered in decorative paper. Sorry, I'm a little bit vague for a moment there. I forget that I am talking to you guys and not sitting in silence at home doing this on my own. Now we're going to tuck these edges over just so we've got a nice little coverage here. I'm going to chop off the corners here. Basically just folding them over, you're going to end up with bulky bits in the corner. So, you know, if any of you have covered your books in school and, you know, use contact or decorative paper to cover your books during school days, then you'll be familiar with how this process actually works. So I'm just going to cut the corners off. I'm not going right to the very edge. So we'll be able to tuck those little bits in a bit later. That's not going to be a problem at all. So for now, I'm just going to chop off these little edges. Sorry if my hands are shaking. Again, this is an interesting case of the nervousness. But here we go. So now we're going to just glue down this first bit, and I will either use the table or you can use your bone folder just to sort of tuck that in a little bit, and then squash that down really, really well. Just use my fingernail to tuck in this edge piece. I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to do the other side. So I will do end to end and then those two there. You don't have to do that. It's just a way I was taught how to do it. So that's how I'm going to do it. But if you just want to go around from side to side, then that's completely up to you as well. I have heard that if you do it this way, it does prevent your cover from warping a little bit, but whether or not that's entirely true, I don't know. So there are no rules here. You do whatever works for you. We're going to glue this one down. And just fold that over. Tuck it down. I'm going to be really careful not to put my project in a bunch of glue here. Wipe off your excess glue. Last side. Oops, that was probably way too much. Oh well. That's the joy of this process, is you're going to go, oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Usually when things like that happen, there's a way to fix it, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. So, yucky. That is our first cover. So we're going to do that with the other side as well, and for the sake of you not tuning out, I'm going to speed that up a little bit for you. So now your two covers are ready to stick onto your little accordion here. And this is pretty much the last few stages. Obviously choose which side you like to have as your cover and which one is your back cover. I kind of like how grungy this one looks. There's some good textures here. Basically I did this, it's a jelly print, so using a jelly plate, which is a lot of fun to do. Some of you may have heard of jelly plates and jelly printing before. Maybe one day when I'm a little bit more bold, I will show you the process of jelly printing as well. It's a lot of fun. I'm still mastering it, but yeah, you can get some pretty cool effects out of it. I like a grungy sort of look to my projects, so yeah, I use them in bookbinding or as collage if I'm creating glue pages and things like that. So it's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy making them. So for the sake of not making a mess all over the pages that I'm going to stick down, I'm going to pop in just a little piece of paper in here. I'll just tuck that in and I'm going to glue that down. Essentially how you want this to work is your cover will go on, you will open your page like so, and then you've got your accordion happening as such, and then on the very last page you will add your back cover as well. So this is how I will stick mine down. So I'm just going to pop that little piece of paper in there, and this glue is so stringy, it's been making quite a mess. However, it does the trick, it really sticks stuff down, so that's what you want. So here we go. Now, I'll just pull this out from behind and pop that down like so. So you've got a few millimeters gap between the cover and this first page that you've stuck down. So you can see that it's sort of nice and central there. And you've also covered up this ugly space in here. Okay, so that's your cover done, and essentially the back cover is exactly the same process. So I'm just going to pop in my piece of paper, glue that down, remove that. It's probably easier if you just, which way do I want it? Do I really want to get particular about this? I think I'm going to go that way. I'm going to pop it down in line with the front cover. We'll just open it up and centralize that a little bit more. And then you can press it down with your bone folder or with your fingers, whatever you've got handy. Same with the front. And that's it. That is literally so super easy. Oops, a little bit there that hasn't been stuck down properly. Squashing. But there you go. One accordion book. You can draw little pictures in there, you could write a story in there, you could stick other pieces of collage paper in there, jelly prints. If you've got extra, you know, decorative pieces lying around, you could stick those in there. I'm actually going to create something like that myself with some decorative pages, and I will show you my process of doing that as well. But for the sake of today's exercise, this is just a basic accordion style book. As you can see, super easy to make and quite addictive too, so I can probably see myself making lots more of these. They're really fun to do. So I really hope you enjoyed that. If you like my video today, please give it a like, and if you like my videos in general, then please feel free to subscribe. Thank you.